Ooh, aren't you pretty? Look at that hair. Hold on. Hello,
I gotta,
sorry.
hi.
Oh,
I
go
have
ahead
to
and turn on
figure
your
out,
camera. You're okay. Take your
okay,
time. Take your time.
sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. Oh my God. Hello.
Hi.
Can you, can you see me all right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we have the same vibe. Ooh, I like you. Okay, later on, can I look at your chart or can I do that first before we channel?
Yeah, sure,
Can I do
sure.
that? Okay. And the only reason why is because, oh, hold on, let me see your freaking arms. Let me see that. Oh my God,
Okay.
that's phenomenal. Wow. Oh, the
Yeah,
flower thing. Yeah, that's cool.
thank you.
10, 10 out of 10. The only reason why I want to look at your chart is because not only, so let me kind of tell you how this works.
Hmm.
Let me tell you how this works first. So number one,
Sure.
obviously, it's just going to be me. Thank you for coming here and being with me today. Yes, we are going to channel all the way, but I get very obsessed with learning as well and like how to not only understand spirit, but energy and like how, how we all work and, just almost like testing at the same time. So when people come in and they talk, how do they talk? Number one, they come through you, okay? Because they love you. They're connected to you, not me. But essentially, what we're asking them to, this is my old notepad. Essentially, what they're asking to do is we say, hey, I love you so much. Can you please come in and can you, oh, there you go. Can you hop in Amy's body and can you play with it? Like play with my brain like a computer. And so
Hmm.
what they have to do is they come in, like I said, using your energy, but then I essentially give them 4 different ways of talking. Okay.
Okay.
And they have to figure out which way is like the best version for them. The first way is that they can give me a bunch of signs and symbols, and mind you, this all takes place in like a matter of 20 seconds. Okay, so it's not a long thing. But they can give me a bunch of signs and symbols. So they may try to pull out stuff out of my brain, like a pineapple. That means that they were from Florida. They can make me see like an ambulance light. That means that their passing was relatively quickly, and they'll put all these in a line. And essentially, I'm like,
Okay.
waiting for it to come through. And then I let you know. The next one is that they will talk in feelings. So this is mostly how spirits talk. This is how they talk to you as well. So if they wanted to talk about how they were put on life support and they were taken off life support, they would bring up the feeling from when I took my dad off life support. So they would like
Okay.
recall that, and that's how I would get that. Or if they want to talk about how chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream was their favorite ice cream, they would bring up the last time I ate chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream and they would make me feel that. They can only make me feel and experience things that I have felt and experienced before. They can't like make me feel what it was like to go to Venice because I've never been to Venice. Okay. And then
Okay.
the last two things are that they will try to talk by putting my brain or like almost like making me see like a little bit of a wispy daydream on what could happen to them, what could have happened to you, or what will happen to you. And they will do this by again taking my own memories and kind of like realigning them. And this goes kind of like the same way. It's up to my job, or it's my job to go and watch a lot of YouTube videos, travel if I can, look at a lot of things, have all these different clients, because they take those experiences and they say, hey, this is kind of like what mine was like, essentially. When they do this, the only issue I can have personally is like if you ask me something like, hey, my dad died in Saudi Arabia, can you tell me what the area looked like? I'm from Texas. I'm still from Texas. I don't believe in snow. I haven't been above Oklahoma really, and I haven't been outside the United States. So
Yeah.
I don't really know that, but if I've seen
Yeah.
something on like a YouTube video or something, I may be able to get close, but not the whole thing. And then the last thing is words. Sometimes they will come in and like I had a client 2 days ago and I was like, do you know who Fred or Freddie is? And she like almost lost it. She says, oh, that's my husband's best friend that just died. And I go,
Ah.
okay. Uh-huh. Or they will come in and if I haven't heard a name before, they will make me hear something like it. So I would be like, do you know who, a heavy A name is? Maybe it's like Amy or Anna, and you're like, oh, Annalise. And I'm like,
Mm.
Annalise, that works, stuff like that. So, but really what they do is they talk in all 4 of those ways all at the same time. And I'm trying to figure out how to put it together and turn it into a sentence. So if I look like a deer in
Okay.
headlights, it's because but it's fun and it's
No,
cool.
it's okay.
Okay, so you get it. So before we get started though, just because you feel very similar to me, which is interesting, and I think you have a lot of I don't know if it's Taurus or Capricorn underneath you a lot, but it's this definitely like, and you're like, I'm not a Taurus or a Capricorn. I know you're not. But there is like this heaviness. And so I want to look at that really quick. And then we're going to go into channeling. So I'll just tell you a little bit about this real quick. So one of the things that I've kind of figured out is, I'm not an astrologer by any means, but when we come into this world, there are these things called signs. And what are the signs really? It's a frequency of a planet. That's all it is. It's a large vibration. It's like a music note. And everything is vibration, everything is energy, everything is waves, from my voice to the light, you name it. So when we pop out, these frequencies hit us, boom, and it's almost like we are given this piece of sheet music and the notes to which our life that we live it by and how we see and experience it. So you don't just have one note or one sign, you have like 15 of them. And within each one of these, you have the highest level, so the goodest of the good, and you have the worst of the worst energy within them. And you are trying to figure out what is the best version of yourself, essentially. So it's interesting. You can also see, what are the issues you would have? What are kind of like the trials and tribulations that you would have? And so I'm going to say you probably have a lot of Scorpio underneath you as well. And so we're going to look at that. So I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours. So my birthday is November 7th of 88. When is yours?
February 4th, 1980.
So you're my, okay. And then I was born in Houston, Texas. What about you?
Dallas, Texas.
Oh, there it is. I heard it. Dallas, Dallas. Oh, let me see. Okay. I want to just look real quick and then we're gonna get into channeling. Hold on. Wow. Oh, how cool. How cool. Oh my God. No wonder. No wonder you're a perfectionist. Be careful with having chronic anxiety, like underneath.
Every day of my life.
Yeah, chronic. But it wouldn't be outward, it would be inward, and it would be more control. And you would judge yourself a lot more than anybody else externally because you're a very nice person, like all the time. So don't beat yourself up every single day. And the reason for that is because your sun sign, your outer personality, who you actually are, or not kind of like what the world sees, is an Aquarius. So you're light, you're funny, you're airy. These people that have this type of vibe, they usually get the shit kicked out of them, whether it be physically or emotionally. They have all these like really intense things happen to them. And these people that have this sign, actually, a lot of them tend to commit suicide because they have a lot of like really heavy things happen to them. And so they have to learn how to not only keep their light by finding it from within themselves and not trying to find it within others, because these people can also be people pleasers. And they're like, but why don't you just, get along? Or why can't you just do this? Like, you come into contact with a lot of people that like the behavior just doesn't make sense, like more than normal. The other thing is that your moon, your emotional side, it's not Capricorn, it is Virgo. That's it. And you have a ton of it. Like that's another earth sign. You have most of your chart is Virgo, which is interesting. This is why you have all the greens and why you're in like the earthy tones and all that jazz that goes along with this. The other thing too is when you have your moon in Virgo, it means you like to fix broken people. So be careful of that and wary of that in relationships or in family members or in, like nurturing somebody's idiocies. It's okay to let them go and go figure out and fail. The other thing too, when your moon is in Virgo, that chronic anxiety can be a thing. And so you really have to start looking at, the bigger picture, like just loving life for what it is. It doesn't always need to be fixed. It can just be, and it's perfect, and you're great. You're also really good at like learning about everything. You will go through and you will research it from the beginning to the end. You will do it all. And most of the time with somebody with this much Virgo, if they don't have 10 master's degrees in something, they will go and they will be the number one at whatever they do. If you decide to go and start learning how to make rubber stamps, you would be the number one person at making rubber stamps, like whatever it is. The other thing is that your communication style is in Aquarius. So you're very nerdy in a good way. When you're talking with meaning. You actually be very good as an administrator or like a leader or anybody. Freelance would be kind of okay, but you like schedules a little bit more. The other thing, now this is where it's interesting, your Venus, your love sign, which is how you want to be loved and how you give love in return. This is a little bit heavier. Yours is in Scorpio. So that's where this is. So you have this very deep, intense, beautiful heart that usually it doesn't get understood until much later in life, meaning like after 35 or after 40. Sometimes people that have this placement, they can latch on to, especially like a relationship. Like I was married, twice before. You can latch onto a relationship and be in it for like 10 years, and that person is just destructive, and it's just back and forth until finally you say, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to find my true value and I'm going to go do this. Remember, nobody will love you as much as you need to love yourself, because what happens is that I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but you can get attachment issues, which is not bad. Like, it's good to have a good attachment issue, but you really need somebody that's going to be there for you and be strong for you. But nobody's ever going to be as fierce as you. You're a very, very good person. And you'd be a very good mom and a very good friend. The last couple of things is that your Mars, your masculine side, which is your drive in life, it's what you should be doing for work, it's your dominant side, that is in Virgo. The highest vibration of you, which is the best version of yourself, is also in Virgo, but also the lowest vibration, which is the side you're trying to get away from, is also in Virgo. So what does this mean? It's a lot of Virgo. It essentially means that you need to go and rely on not only your perfectionism, but you need to realize that you are great at everything you do, and you need to realize that it's okay to like accept yourself as such and not feel inferior in any front. Like, you are perfect, you are good. Also, you need to work on anxiety, you need to work on calming it down and like letting it go. And sometimes you need to work on just allowing flow to happen, and you need to learn and realize that you are this leader, you are this dominant person, you are this person that can speak out and like bring people with them and be at top. And I think you need to learn how to do that. And the reason for that is because your North Node, what your soul is trying to become, is a Leo. And so what does this mean? This means at the end of your life, if you do everything right, and if you like follow your gut and follow your heart, you end up either being the matriarch of your family, like the number one, you are the matriarch of an entire company, you are the matriarch of whatever you do, a chat room service, whatever it is. This person ends up being number one because of not only how smart they are, how much work they put in, but also because they care about everybody else underneath them, and they care about the quality and what they do. The only other thing in here is that be really, really careful for being too, I wouldn't even say being too, because you and I are on that same playing field, being too hard on people, like cutting them too cool, like gak, because not everybody can deal the same way. Like, you would look at them and you'd be like, why are you being a fucking idiot? Stop, right? Not everybody can walk around with that type of vibe, and I'm guilty of it myself. That would be the only thing. You have to learn how to lead everybody in the way that is good for most people. Obviously not for everybody, right? But for most people. But that's also why you have long extensions, because you're a Leo, and Leos love, and that's what you're turning into. So you have this long, willowy, beautiful hair that is just going to keep going. The last thing with this is that your fifth house, which is how you want a relationship and how you build a relationship, that is in Taurus. So what does this mean? This means whoever you're with, you are going to be the basis of the relationship. And it can be a while. You could get married 2 or 3 times sometimes, or with like 2 or 3 different people, because they end up squandering the spoils of your relationship, because all you're trying to do is build a family. All you're trying to do is build a relationship and a company, and they essentially use you as a stepping stone to go off and do shit. And so if they're not, working with you, fuck them. That's all I'm going to say to that. But yeah, but you're really, really, really cool. You'd be a very good mom. You'd be a very great parent. You'd be a very, very good spouse. The other thing too is that you don't whine, which is kind of cool. You don't whine. You're like, I'm going to get in there. I'm just going to do it. And so some people could be like, why don't you cry? And you're like, because I will, but I'll cry by myself. And it's usually an angry cry. Nobody's going to see me cry. Like, that's what would happen here. I know. But yeah, you're a very, very cool person. So yeah. So what do you think about that? That's interesting. You're very strong. And what are you doing for your career right now?
So for actually August 16th is 8 years at the animal clinic that I run. So,
You
and that's funny
are?
because, yeah, it's funny you say that, because the vet, I'm kind of, I run it all. So, he kind of just lets me have the whole place pretty
Yes.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I was like, whatever you do, people with a ton of Virgo, they are the doctors of the world. They are the educators. They are the people that, even, like I said, even if you don't have 10 master's degrees, like, they know it all. They're the people that build up and run, the 6 or, 10 figure companies. That's what they do. So You're very good at what you do. And also the whole Scorpio in your love sign, it's good for you to be there because you do care about the animals, but you're
Mm-hmm.
also strong enough to see when they have to be put down,
Mm-hmm.
and you're okay with that. So,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool. You always have your foot like right in that door. So let's go in here, and I like where you're at. Let me kind of start zoning out. Okay, and all I really need you to do during this process is I'm trying to figure out what vibration we're in. All I need you to do during this process is when I go, hey, does this make sense to you? Or, do you get this? You go, yeah, Amy, it does, or no, it doesn't. Just because I want to figure it out myself, but I have to
That's
have you
okay.
confirm it. Okay. Yeah, I have to have you confirm it. Otherwise, my brain's like, is my mic off? Did you not get it? What happened? Okay.
No, you're good.
Oh, that's how it feels. So tell me. Somebody is here. They're here, but they're like in the distance. What do I mean? Like over here. Hold on. There is light that is coming. Hold on. There's a woman here as well. There's two. Maybe they came together. Hold on. Why? What? Hold on. They're right here. I should have turned on my spirit box for this. Let me turn my spirit box on. Hold on. Let's see if we can get some stuff on there too. And I'll take a screenshot of. Here we go. I'll just show you what I'm doing. Hang on. So I'm gonna turn it on. There's nothing on it right now, and we're gonna see if they can talk there. Okay. Let me turn off my thing. Okay. Just trying to play in my headphones, and that's terrifying. Okay. Where are you at? Oh man. Oh. So I know we're wanting, like you said, you want to connect with Tyler. It's interesting because I have had the name Tyler show up a lot within the past week, but I have been assuming it's going. I have a really good high school friend named Tyler, like
Mm-hmm.
really good, not sexy, but just really good friend. And I lost contact with him, and so I actually was trying to figure out, like, is he dead? Is he coming to see me? And I couldn't get in contact with any of his family, but I'm thinking it may go along with this person instead. They're standing there. They look like a person, but they're like bright. So think of somebody that says like light covered all over them. I would have to say maybe they were a little bit heavier or like a little bit lost, or a little bit lower, which is interesting. There's just a feeling of like that energy.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like trying to talk about, now we'll get more into that. Like, what does that mean? We're going to unpack all that. But they're just talking about how they've moved up. So this means like maybe going into heaven or like finding this light or moving up to a better state. And there's a female here, definitely older female. We'll have to figure out which one or maybe where she comes from. Um, and she's like with him or like found him. Um, Tell me, hold on. And so when he, oh God, hold on. Okay, hold hold on. Where? He's talking about you being on the phone. Okay. What do you mean by being on the phone? What do you mean? There's panic. What's panic? Who's panic?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's more panic from maybe you, or them than him. Um, so there was no like, where's that at? So this ended up him dying, or this him like semi passing away. This ended up happening outside of a hospital, correct? It was not in said like hospital all the
It,
way. He's going like this. He's talking about two, here, let me tell you, he's talking about two parts. He's talking about like being at home, and then he shows me being taken to hospital, or at home or being taken to hospital, but he keeps talking about it being two parts. So I don't know why or what that is. So hold on, let's get into this a little bit more. Hang on. Tell me. Hold on. Only reason I'm saying that is because somebody's showing me a clip from a video that I saw today that was sent to me. Hold on. Come here. Come here. Where are you? What does he's older? Is he younger or older than that? What does 18 have to do in it? He's older than 18, correct?
He died in 2018,
He died
and
that long ago.
he died 10 days before his 19th birthday.
So he was 18 and 18. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God. Okay. Yeah, he keeps flashing 1-8, 1-8, 1-8. And I go, okay, is this January 8th? It's going into 18. And he's talking about how it's interesting. His spirit feels older. So this would mean that he's been growing up, at the same time. And he told me why. He just wants to come back. He like wants to be here. I keep hearing you say, "Oh, Tyler," over and over and over and over and over again. So you were able to go and like be by his side?
No,
Weird. Who is the "Oh, Tyler"? Where's the "Oh, Tyler" coming from? It's like a shock and then you being him or seeing him.
do you want me to tell you how he passed?
No, don't tell me how he passed. But that
Okay.
would be the only thing. He goes like this. He goes, "Oh, Tyler." And
I
then
mean, I'm
through
gonna be honest,
something.
I could have been saying that because I could see what was happening. So
That's okay.
okay.
Just
Yeah.
keep that there. Don't go any further than that. Hang on. Come here, bud. Hold on. Why? Tell me. Hold on. Where is this? Where are you at? What happened? Where was this at? Hold on. So maybe this is going around. Where are you? And so at this point, he was still living at your house. He hadn't moved out yet. He hadn't like shifted yet all the way.
No, he shifted.
He did.
Mhm.
Interesting. He keeps talking about, were you not married to his dad at this point?
Oh no. Mm-mm.
Okay, sorry. He goes like this. He's talking about like my son and how he has dad or my ex-husband, and then this one, boom, 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 boom. And he keeps going bouncing back and forth. But he wasn't going and living with his dad, though, correct?
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's just because he says, I said, oh, so what about dad? And he puts this like negative front up. And I go, oh, okay, so I don't know where you're going then. And there's this type of thing. He says that, tell me why. Was his dad like, I don't know what feeling that means. Hang on. Tell me. Hold on. So his dad was just like trying to be or like being complacent in the relationship.
His dad couldn't be in the relationship. I won't
That's
tell
why.
you why, but yeah,
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. I said, was he mean to you or like what was going on or was he mean? And he goes, oh no. And then he just makes me hear like if somebody calls and just says, and this is just a feeling, but somebody being like, hey man, what's up? Like try to just
Mhm.
like make it okay after like a long period of time. So that for me means maybe like complacency or something going on with that. And he tell me why. Yeah, when he's talking about his passing, I don't think he's in a heavy or negative or dark state, but there's definitely confusion or like some feeling of that going around with that. He also makes me feel, tell me where. Hold on. Hold on. He says he was liked, or people liked him. He says, tell me why. Where was this at? Where is this? He just keeps saying, my buddies, my buddies. Who are your buddies? Who are these people? Oh,
I
so
did
I'm
ask him
wondering.
some.
Oh, okay. Hold on. He keeps saying my buddies, my buddies, my buddies. And now I don't think that this happened this way, but he's trying to put things in my brain that I've seen or experienced before. He's making me hear like other people talking or other people around. So this wasn't necessarily like a private thing. There were multiple people around him at this point.
There's just a question about his death.
That's okay.
No, he was alone.
He was alone.
But there was always been questions if it was one way or the other.
Yeah, yeah. He's like he's shifting it to buddies. He's making me hear people laughing and people talking. And so he's talking about that, but then he's talking about them leaving or somebody shifting. So maybe he had people around him right before or something like that, and then they left. There's an odd feeling of like I would even say swaying like blaming more towards the buddies or blaming more towards the people in less on me. And the only other reason I'm saying that is because when something is more something is more self-inflicted or self-done, or it's more about like how they messed it up, they're also a little bit of a heavier frequency. They're more lost, they're more dark, they're more navy blue. They don't show up as like angelic or light or bright. So I would even say maybe this morally goes on like somebody else or pushing towards somebody else for some reason. And why? Hold on. Tell me. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Who? Who? Who is this? Who is this? Where? Who is this random? Was he having like a girl live with him or like come over a lot? Like, or it doesn't feel like he has this longtime girlfriend. Was there like a girl coming over quite a bit?
There was a girl that he apparently was like seeing that was like private, and it was one of his friends that lived in the apartments.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he just shows her, or he shows the female energy coming up and being like, hi, hey. But he says that like she's not living with him, but he like shows up and like knocks on the door over and over and over again. And I
Yeah,
go,
he went
okay.
over there a lot. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that back and forth thing. And he says, tell me, hold on. I don't necessarily think she knows anything though. It doesn't feel like she's like out of the question. Maybe he's going up and like trying to just say hi to her, like mention her. He tell me. Hold on. What? Was this supposed to be for a 2-bedroom?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. He's walking around, so he's getting better. He's having to learn how to use my brain. And he's walking in and he just flashed me an image of one of my apartments that I had. And then he had me follow him into like one of the bedrooms and he just like shifted into the back. And I go, oh, okay, interesting. And he's talking about how, tell me why. Oh my God. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out if somebody staged a suicide or not.
What, really?
Mhm. Yeah. Sorry, he just walked me through the whole thing. I know. I know. He sorry, they when you take time, they go through and there seems to be that there was people that either were egging him on or telling him to, or even like all the way up to the moment, like assisting and helping. Like, mhm, yeah, absolutely.
We
And
think
he
he was
think,
making a pact with another kid
yes.
that wanted to, and they were talking all the way up until the moment that it happened, but that other kid didn't do it.
Mhm. That's what he keeps saying. He keeps saying, and he's, I'm just going to tell you what he makes me hear. Hey, it's okay. Just do it. Just do it. It's okay. I got it. We'll do it. Do you want me to hold it? Do you want me to do it for you? I'll do it for you. I'll help you. I'll do it. We can do it. Do it. Do it. And then he says, and then oblivion, which means passing. And your son is not a suicidal person. He was just in a stupid mindset and he got all into it and it sucked him in, and he's not in the heavy, he's not in the middle vibration, he's not stuck, which is good. I see a lot of this, and not a lot, not in this, like this instance, um but he's in a higher vibrational state, he's in heaven. And like right when I got on here, I heard somebody say, Mom, I'm in the light. And I was like, oh, okay. And but we couldn't prosecute the other kid.
No. Mm-mm.
Why?
Well, there was
Why?
a couple of things involved. The gun that he got from a kid that lived in his apartments had the serial number scraped off, and we couldn't prove it. And then the other kid, he always talked about keeping this guy off the ledge. Like he would talk to him all the time and try to talk him out of doing it. And that kid actually reached out to me like 2 years ago and told me he was sorry and that he had talked to Tyler that night. But I know the detective told me they talked for like 3 hours, and they ended the phone call right around the time they think Tyler did it. But the reason that I thought it might have been murder and set up is because my son was shot himself in the left side of the head,
Yes.
and he was right-handed. And yeah. So
No. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you that from the way he makes me feel, and this is where I'm just gonna tell you this. He wasn't, the way he's talking to somebody, he's making me feel like he's talking to them here, not just here.
mhm.
So I'm personally not going to rule that all the way out just because of how I heard him talk. Um, he's talking to this other person as well. So it's this whole thing, and he keeps saying my buddy Zaza, so like two, whoever this would be. And
Mhm.
yeah, he showed me, he took me in the back room. A part of him, hold on, give me a second. I'm sorry that happened to him. He's not a bad person. He's a good kid. He's okay. He's fine. He is talking about his uh hold on. What the hell are you playing? What are you doing? Hold on. It's like gaming.
Mhm.
That's interesting. Sorry, all I hear is
Mhm.
like if you have a keyboard or whatever and you're going like that, sorry, like looking at it. And he didn't have, tell me, where were you at? Where? Did he end up doing this in like his bedroom?
The living room, but
The live.
it was his bedroom
That's
because
why.
the roommate that wasn't there,
Yeah,
um, Tyler slept in the living room on a
that's why.
futon. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah, okay. He goes like this. He's talking about turning around and he's talking about seeing his bed behind him. That's all he keeps talking
Mhm.
about. And I go, okay. I said, so this is your bedroom. That's why I didn't say the first or the second bedroom. I was like, I don't know what this is. And he says that how like stupid this was. Why? I'm gonna see if I can get a name. Hold on. Come here. Can you remember? This is where it's going to get weird because I haven't heard every single name in the book. Okay, so we're going to
You're,
work through
you're
this
good.
together. Yeah. Is there a guy that was like part Italian or had Italian heritage or had something to do? Because they made me hear Giovanni, but Giovanni, I guess Giovanni can be Mexican or Spanish, but Giovanni sounds very interesting.
Oh no. That child
And I
had
just,
some big guy. I
okay.
don't know a Giovanni. Mm-mm.
Okay, it's okay. Or like a heavy G name. That would be the other thing for me. And so hold on, let's write that down and then we're gonna come back to that. Hold on, come here, tell me. Who? Who? Where? He doesn't, I'm asking him more about names and he says like, Mom, like I don't want you to put me away. And what does that mean? That for me means like, I mean, I know you keep his memory alive. I know you think about him, but it's really, really hard. And he's just talking about like, please don't just like fold me up like a shirt and put me away. Like I'm still here. I'm still here. That's all he keeps talking. He's folding his shirt and he's putting it in a drawer and he's talking about, don't do this for me. Like I'm here. I love you. And why? He wishes he would have said, I love you back more. He does adore you. Was he like, he was your oldest? Really? Okay. I said, who are you to him? Or who are you to her? I said, how, many kids? And he says, oh, like I only have one son. And that's obviously my oldest, right? And so he's talking about equating that. He says, like, we grew up together. And I go, I get it, babe. I get it. And he's talking about how, tell me why anything that you want, you'd give it to him. You'd make sure he had it
Oh,
or anything. That's what
1000%.
he
Yes.
says.
Yeah.
I said, did she make your ass work or what? He's like, Mom, I need more shoes. And she's like, okay, I'll bust my ass and I'll make sure that you have it, right? And so he's talking about thank you for doing that. He appreciates you. He's saying that, tell me, come here. What about it? Where? I'm gonna say I believe. I believe. And this is I'm going to put my name on this in 99.9%. It almost feels like there's somebody right here doing that, helping him. It feels like there's somebody here lifting up the arm or holding the shoulder or saying, steady it. Do you see how this looks? Like that. I'm going to say, I think there may be, or there may have been. Hold on. And then they just got scared. And they're not the roommate. They would have ran out. They're not a roommate. They would have ran out. Yeah, okay. I go like this. I said, so are they there? Who is it? I said, is it the roommate? Is it like another friend or what? And they have somebody go, oh, shuts the door. And so I go, oh, okay. And so I'm gonna say probably. And I'll get more stuff like as we go along today and I'll ask more and I'll do some more research by myself, which means like sitting here with the spirit box and feeling and asking and see if I get more questions and stuff like that. Because it's the weekend and I have time to do that. And so I'll let you know more fully and I'll see if I can get maybe like a drawing or see if he can bring stuff like that up too. What? Hold on. Do you know a David?
No.
Okay, just because my
Mm-mm.
spirit box said David. That's the only reason why I asked. That's why I went over there.
That's
So
okay. I mean,
okay.
I'm sure I do, but not like close.
Not associated with him. Yeah, leave that there. Hang on. So come back over here. Come here. What about after? I'm asking him to walk me through the before and the after and what he sees now. Hang on.
I will say the friend that he had, I couldn't tell you his
Yeah.
name. He had a nickname. He was named after a celebrity. His nickname was after a celebrity. So I never knew his real name. I only knew him by
Really?
that name. And this
Oh,
is the kid we think.
interesting. This is
Yeah.
the kid we think. Yeah. Oh, that may be why. Oh my God, that may be why. So he was playing, there's a song by Twista from back in like, it was a rapper from like 2002, and it was called Overnight Celebrity. And somebody kept playing that in my brain. But clearly that's how they also talk. They talk in music, and so he may be trying to like equate that as well. So hold on, let's see if maybe I know. If I don't know the celebrity name, it would be hard. Hold on. Who? Can you tell me? Hold on. Who? Was it named after like a? Hold on. Kai. What? Hold on, I'm trying to get him to show me what type. What type? Hang on. Maybe it's interesting. Maybe it's eclectic. Hang on. Who? Do you know if this guy, the name that he had, has something to do with either like a rapper or a gamer type of name, celebrity name?
It's I will tell you, he's in the news a lot now, and he's a singer.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of news.
Pop.
I try to keep my
Pop
brain.
singer. A pop singer.
Oh, interesting.
I'm just curious if he'll tell you. I'll tell you, but I'm just curious if he'll tell you.
Let me see. It depends. So I don't watch a lot of news and I don't keep up with a lot of stuff
No, you're
because I have to
good.
keep my brain. Hold on, give me a second. He showed me people like maybe he's done collabs with Marshmello. Hang on. Who is this? Hold on. Hold on. So the only thing he keeps bringing up, now mind you, I don't know a ton, especially like the new ones. Hold on. And it's not Justin Timberlake. That's an old school one.
You're super close.
Really? Yeah. He keeps showing me that type of area, like that over and over and over again, but it's not Lance Bass.
And it's after them. Yeah.
It's after them. Yeah. Who is it? Who is that? I may not know who it is. Who is that?
It's okay. Justin Bieber.
He showed me.
They called him Bieber.
Bieber. He showed me Justin Bieber in the very beginning, and then I was like, nobody's named Justin. That's just Justin. That's not a thing. And so, what is he doing? He's bringing me back to blonde-haired kids. So like Lance Bass, Justin. So that's why he's showing me all that. Justin Timberlake. He's trying to get me on that. Funny. There you go. That would be okay. So that would be the equation. Good job. And hold on. I would have to say, yeah. It was interesting. He also showed somebody with like a lot of tattoos. So I bet he's trying to like equate that with Justin Bieber. You know, he has like the neck tattoo and the lions and all that jazz. I would have to say it goes along with it. Is there any way that you could like open it back up and question him on it?
I wouldn't even be able to find that kid.
Really?
But it's funny. The detective calls me like yearly because he knows I had a lot of questions and he feels like he let me down because it was just open and shut. They said suicide. That was it. They were done.
No.
And no matter what I did, they said, there's just no way we're telling you. That's what it was. And I just couldn't fathom that how he would who shoots, you know what I mean? It just doesn't.
No, I know. And especially holding it like that. And from what I can understand, like for me, just because I'm in Texas, we have a gun range. Like I go out and I shoot. I mean, even though I have big hands, like I have to hold it. And if you don't hold it, just the pop back from the very beginning, you miss because it went all the way through, knocked him out completely right there. There was no bring him back or anything like that. Correct.
Yeah, and the gun was behind his back.
Yes.
Yeah. So it just, and Tyler would have called me. That child called me if his pee was a different color. I mean, I'm telling you, he called me for every problem, every issue. It just doesn't.
No,
it just doesn't make sense.
I'm right there with you. Just because how I want you to go back whenever you get the recording, and I want you to go back and listen to what I'm talking about and how he's saying it, and how he's showing me where things are. He's talking about buddies. He's talking about him being there. I'm like hearing somebody right here. Which if they talk about being only on the phone, they'll talk about texting somebody and saying goodbye and then doing it. And it feels like they're right here. So I would say maybe we should reopen the investigation. But I mean, what proof do we have now? I mean,
Mhm.
besides, that, unless we get a confession somehow. But I do think it was by accident. Technically, I don't think this person had intent to murder. I think it was more like, which is in a kind of a sick, weird way, right? But like a bonding bro experience.
Mhm.
And then it just got too far. But your son is in the light. I want to ask him, do you have a daughter as well?
Mhm.
You do. Okay. He keeps talking about, he keeps saying sister, sister, sister. And I go, oh, okay. And so I guess he watches her a lot, or he hangs out with her a lot as well. And so that is, tell me why. Oh my God. She got her braces off. She had braces. They're off.
Yeah. And that was
So,
right when he died, like right after.
oh, really?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, he goes like this. So he's trying to make the room, he's trying to use energy. So spirits come through, especially in heaven, by using happy energy or like light. It can be very hard for them to come in like heavy, dark, because they can't use it because they're not on that level. So I said, what are you doing? He goes, oh, sister, sister. And he shows me these bright, sparkly teeth, and then he got braces and he took them off. And he says, oh, tell her I see. I know I was there. It's that. I go, okay. And he keeps saying that, tell me. Do you know, at the time of his departure, did you have a female dog?
Yes.
You
Mhm.
did. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Random. And why? Are we at the point of putting her down?
Uh, well, no, but the other one that he knows of really well, and it's a
Mhm.
male though.
Oh, that's
But
the male.
mhm.
Okay. And we're almost getting to that point.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. He goes like this. He says, "Oh, female dog. Oh, I love that dog. Tell them I'm around them." And they go, "Oh, about to put down. Almost there. Don't worry. I'll bring them with me." And I go, "Okay, I will let them know." And so when that happens, he'll be there and he'll take the dog home. And he's talking about why he likes your house, because this is a house, not an apartment.
But yeah, this is a
Oh,
house. Yeah.
okay, okay. It
And
looks good.
it's
I was like,
newer.
is it? Okay. Yeah, I like your chair rail. I see a lot of like nice apartments now, or like condos with like the chair rail and stuff. And so I said, "What do you think?" And he goes,
Yeah.
"Like I like it." And I go, "Okay, good." And he's talking about how, oh, is this like the nicest one you've had since being
Yes.
with
Uh-huh.
him? Oh,
Mhm.
he make me hear, we're moving on up to the east side. And he's like, he's pulling all these, and he says, "Oh, I love it, mom. I love it, mom." He's making me hear, I may get this incorrect right now. Are there stairs in this home?
Nope, not in this one.
Not in
Mm-mm.
this one. Okay. Where were there stairs that had carpet on them?
Ugh, the last home that he lived with us in. Yeah.
That's where it
My
was.
last
Okay,
house.
he has socks on, and he's making me hear the sound of running downstairs in socks that have carpet on them. Okay, so he's trying to bring that up, and he's trying to talk about the difference in the houses. Okay, and he makes me hear the, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah, I
like,
always complained. I was,
uh-huh.
downstairs and they were upstairs, and it was horrible.
Yes. Yes, I get it. And so he likes that difference. He likes the difference. And so he likes that, I guess, the wood floors in here or something like that, or whatever it is, because they're very slippery or something. And he's
Mhm.
talking about running around in socks and slipping. And I go, okay, that's fine. And he's talking about how, oh, hold on. You didn't get a pool? You didn't get a pool?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. I said, so what do you think? Do you hang out at your mom's house a lot? And he goes, Mom, why didn't you get a pool? And you go, oh, it's like too much. It's too many issues here. And I said, I agree. Absolutely. It's too much stuff. And so he's talking about like, I like the backyard, or I like the area that you're in. And he says that, tell me, oh, can you make me something to eat? So apparently, yes, you were that person as well all the way through. It's what do you want? Let me bring it to you. What do you want me to make you? And why? And even like if you went out of town or even when you went and did something, you always had stuff prepared. Or you're like, okay, these are the instructions. This is how you put this in the microwave or like whatever this is. So apparently, like you were pretty good at like keeping things all together. He's talking about how pizza, okay, good. And what? Huh? Hold on. Did growing up, did he have like an odd allergy to like grass or something? Or like a weird allergy to where he had to use an inhaler?
No, he was sick when he was about 6 years old when he had to
Oh,
use an inhaler, but that man, that was probably 6 months or
that was
so.
6 months. Okay, what was going on with that? What was that about? That's a long time.
They thought seriously, they thought he had asthma and he would
Yeah.
have it. It ended up being, I know this sounds weird, but they ended up saying he was having panic attacks. But the doctors diagnosed it as asthma, so he would use an inhaler. He didn't need
And
it.
really? Okay, yeah, he's running around and he says, "Oh, talk to my mom about." So I'm asking, I said, "What memories do you have? Or tell me something interesting." And he goes, "Oh, allergies, weird, not inhaler." And he says, for a little bit. That's all he said. And I go, "Okay." And he's like, "It was stupid." And he says, "Other than that, I was like a pretty healthy kid." I said, "I get it. I get it." And he, why? Hold on. Hold on. So he met this guy from just like online or like between other friends that he knew, like not necessarily like at school or from school.
Yeah, he didn't meet this guy at school. Mm-mm.
That's okay. I said, "Where did you find this hoe at?" I said, "Why are you talking to
Mhm.
him?" And he showed me through the grapevine. And I go,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay." Or like through other people. And I said, "Fine." And he's talking about he made a mistake. He made a mistake. I do believe just because he's in heaven, he's in a higher vibrational state. I don't believe that your son killed himself. Okay. All the
I
way.
don't think he did either, but
No, no. And I read thousands of people that commit suicide. I read people that that they got murdered and then like the spouse hangs them up and acts like it's a suicide. And this, the way it feels and how he talks is exactly on par with that. It's the
mhm.
same feelings. Okay. And why? Tell me. So then what do we do with this information? Well, I mean, we can choose to reopen it up, or we can choose to say, which you're a Leo, do it. Do it. Go back in and search. That's what you are. That's your whole thing. You are finding justice and you're bringing light to the darkness. Like that is literally your sign. That's what you're doing, by the way.
Mhm.
Hold on. Come back over here. Tell me about her. Hold on. Random question. Do you complain about your knees a lot?
Yeah, uh-huh,
Oh,
all the time.
I can hear you. You're saying it's like almost like if you're at work or wherever you're like, "Oh my God, my knees." And I can hear this. And he's just like, "Mom, it's okay. Like, chill, calm." He's like, "I know they hurt or they pop or whatever this is." And he says, like, "Tell her I'm with this, tell her I help her, tell her I see her." He's also talking about how why? Hold on. Did you actually get you do? I don't know if this is real. Did you get tattoos on your thighs?
No, but I
Not yeah,
did,
okay.
that was one of the questions I asked him was about a
Oh,
tattoo,
really?
but
Yeah, he
no,
goes,
not on my thighs.
"Not on your thigh." He showed a face, he showed a big face, and then he went and he put it on your thigh, and I was like, "Your mom does not have your face on her thigh, like, what is
No.
that?" I know, that would be a weird
Oh
place
my
to
god,
have it.
just give me a minute.
Um,
Hold on.
what?
I His tattoo was on his leg, and I got that tattoo
Yeah,
matching. He hated it though. Hated the tattoo.
why? Why?
'Cause
What was it?
he did the gumball thing, and, at this whatever in Dallas, I don't know, Elm Street Tattoos,
Uh-huh,
and what came
uh,
out was a tattoo, and he just went for it, and I got the matching tattoo. Nobody knows this. Well, my daughter and everybody, but I never, like, posted
it
about it or
posted it
anything like
anywhere,
that.
and it was on his leg. Yeah, he keeps showing me. He showed me. He talked about the knee, right? So he's talking about that. He showed me calf, and then he showed me thigh, and he's like tattoo, and I go, "Oh, okay." So that I would have to say that goes with that all the way. And he says that, tell me, what? Hold on. What do you mean by that? He's trying to show me. He's trying to show me. Macaroni and cheese. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Moment. Okay, so he's giving me a bunch of different symbols, and then he's making me hear, I love you forever, I love you for always, forever, I love you, my baby you'll be, which is just a terrifyingly sad book, but it's great. And he's talking about how, help me, is a tattoo for him? Like, is it like that big?
Well, there's a couple. Yeah, there's one here that's this big. That was just to remember him by. This is the one that's on his leg.
That's the, oh, the
It's a
bird.
sparrow.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wait, the other one, what is it? You saw my finger do the curve? What was
Yeah.
that? What is that?
It's hard to tell because I have so many, but it is, here it is. It's a feather and there's little sparrows and then there's a suicide semicolon on it as well. I got that. I don't, some people grieve in different ways. I got a bunch of tattoos, you know, that's how I grieved.
Okay. Yes, yeah, I get it. Yeah, he showed me like an S thing, and I'm like, I don't know what this is. So yeah, so he's talking about that. He knows, and it's okay. Every single time I had a surgery, I would get a tattoo. You can't tell, but they're all on my back all the way down. So it's a whole thing. I'm right there with you. And he says, tell me what? He keeps giving you a heart, so he's just saying like he loves you, and he is with God. What? Tell me. What does that mean? He is showing me an image of, he's taking me to a Mexican food restaurant and he's blowing out a cake with a candle on it. And I don't know why. Hold on. Hold on. Was his birthday 2 months ago, or is it coming up in 2 months? Or what is 2?
It's coming up in, what are we, September? Yeah, 2 months. It's in 2 months.
There, good job, dude. Okay, yeah, he put a sombrero on him, and I'm like, what? And he says, like, I'll be here for this. I'll be here for this. I go, okay. And so he's going to be celebrating his birthday with you. Okay. And he says that, tell me, hold on. Oh my gosh. He's talking about how, did they allow you to go and grab his hand at the morgue?
No, they didn't allow me to touch
No.
him, and I threw a
Why
massive fit.
not? That's what he keeps saying. He shows me an image of him laying on a gurney with a piece of plastic over him, and he has you being like,
No, they wouldn't let me touch him. The
why not?
firefighters, I don't know. They wouldn't let me. So I found him and it was at his
Yes.
back patio door, but I couldn't
Yeah.
get into him, but I could see him.
Yeah.
And the firefighters came up to the other side. So I was on this side and
Yeah.
then they just put me in a squad car for 4.5 hours. And because I just thought he overdosed. I didn't know.
No.
I thought, yeah, I didn't know he, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But no, they wouldn't let me touch him. It was,
and that's the oh Tyler, because you were right next to it. You saw him, you were there, and you're like, oh Tyler, oh my God, Tyler. So just know that he knows that you were around him or you saw him at that point and he was there with you with that. That's where that comes from. And so he's not mad or upset about that you couldn't, but that he's just acknowledging that they didn't let you do this. Okay, so he's acknowledging and to like not feel bad about it. And why? Tell me. He keeps putting himself in a very, it's almost like if he's trying to go to prom in my head, which is weird. I have no idea why or something like that. Fun. Did he not go to prom?
No, but I always wonder if he's like with my daughter and she experienced everything a teenager should, you
Oh
know?
my God, really?
Yeah, she
Yeah,
was, yeah, they were
mhm.
very different.
Very, yeah, he goes up like this. He put on a black suit with a red tie, and he had his, like, hair done, and he's like, "Oh," he's like, "I went to prom." And I go, "Oh, with who? What happened?" And he goes, "No, no, 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 not physically." And I go, "Okay."
Yeah.
So I would have to say he went with your daughter.
Well, okay.
Okay, he's getting to experience it all. And he what? Tell me. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Come here. Tell me about your mommy. Hold on. Come here, honey. What do you mean by that? He's trying to talk about what you have of his. Um, he's rummaging through a box. Hold on. Where are you
Mhm.
at? Oh. Gradually, obviously, it just got smaller and smaller and smaller. So now you have most of his like little keepsakes and trinkets and stuff like that. You have that in your closet.
I have everything
Yeah.
that he had, which wasn't that much actually,
No.
in a cedar chest.
In the cedar chest. Yeah. Okay. And is that
Mhm.
up near your room or in your room?
I mean, I guess it's kind of in my room. It's in the hallway.
Okay. I got you.
He,
Hmm.
yeah. I I had him cremated. Sometimes I
Yeah.
wish I wouldn't have, and I always wondered if that bothered him. But I think
Yeah.
I did it because I needed him to be with me
Absolutely.
always.
And
Yeah.
that is the big thing. Do you wanna know why? Because when you get them buried, when somebody gets buried, it's fine, but you are having to go out to the cemetery, right? Which
Mhm.
in itself is a sacrifice, which is good, right? But honestly, I like it better when they're cremated because you can carry them around. You can keep them. So your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your memories, those are all electricity, and that helps them come through and be with you.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's a
Yeah.
good thing. So no, so there's no anger, there's no nothing like that. He just he's rummaging through like this square box and he says, "Oh, all of this, all of this." And I said, "Oh, okay." And he says, "This is what my mom has." And I go, "Oh, was it in storage or something?" And he goes, "No, just in the house now." And I go, "Oh, okay." And so he is here, he is around. And so this is what I want you to do because I am going to have to run to my next
Yeah.
session. Otherwise, they're going to be mad at me. But I want to teach you something. And then I want you to email me when you get it. Okay, because it's always cool. So this is what I want you to do tonight and for like the next couple of nights. So tonight when you're getting ready for bed and you're taking off your makeup, putting your hair up, whatever it is, because you have that alone time to kind of just like chill and do it, right? For like 10 minutes. So what you do is you start remembering him. Okay. So you say, Tyler, can you please come in here and be with me? Just do it in your head. You don't have to say it out loud. Everything is telepathic. Okay. So as you're doing this and you say, Tyler, can you please come in here and be with me? You're asking him to come in. You're allowing him to come into your space. Then what you do is you start remembering some really good memories that you had with him, like very fun ones, because that raises that feeling, right? Then
Mhm.
what you do is you say, okay, I want to create a sign or a symbol with you. And when I see this in my world, I know that you're around. And I want you to do something interesting that you wouldn't see a whole lot. So maybe a favorite character that he liked, or a peacock, or something like that. Don't do it as a cow because we're in Texas, right? And then I want you to envision this image, or you can start, let's start off with this. Ask for a blue heart. So I want you to envision this blue heart in your head. And I want you to say, okay, Tyler, please show me this blue heart in the next like 2 days. And I know that you're around. So you're calling them in, you're building up the energy, you're asking for a specific sign, you're sending it to them, and then you're giving them a timeline. And then what you do is you get on your phone or you get a notepad and you put down August 2nd, 2024 at 10:30 p.m. blue heart. That way you have
Mhm.
it written down. And then what you do
Okay.
is you let it go. You don't Google it, you don't look for it or anything like that. And that stupid blue heart somehow will show up in your world, and you're going to look at it and you're going to be like, well, hot damn. Okay. And then what you do is you say, wow, that's really cool. You take a second and you say thank you. And then that evening, you write down where you saw it at or take a picture, whatever it is. That way you can just prove to yourself. And then you do it all over again, but you change the symbol. So ask for something like an orange Skittle, like just random like that, right? Or like the word supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I've never seen that out in the world. Okay. And so what you are doing is that your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions are all energy. You send it to them, you ask it, and they can not only manipulate you, but they can manipulate the world so that you can see this. And so I'm not just teaching you how to do signs and symbols. What I'm teaching you how to do is at the end of the day, as you do this more and more, there's going to be a feeling that goes with this each time you get one of these signs. And that feeling is your sun.
Well, can I say, I know you have to go. Can I tell you something just really quick?
Absolutely. Yeah. What?
After he died, I'm telling you, I never saw dragonflies ever. He dies, I always see them. I move into this house, they're everywhere. And then if I'm driving in my car, there'll just be a random dragonfly like at the side of the window. And so every time I'm like, oh my God, there he is.
Yeah. Yes, that is it. Why? Because dragonflies, they're easy to be controlled. They're easy to be manipulated because they're in a one-track mind. And so he can make them show up. So they're right here. We just have to figure out how to talk to them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what I want you to do right now. I need you to take a couple minutes before you go out into your world. I need you to have a good breather or a good ugly cry. If you have any questions for me, or if you need me at all, please just email me. Okay. I'll be right here. Email me about the signs because it's always very cool. I get some amazing messages. And if you ever have any questions about it, or if you need me to do it again, just let me know.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. And the other thing is that I will probably get messages from him over like the next couple of days. So if you get a random email from me, that is what it's about. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I love you, girl.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye.